Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm clicking away over here. I got all my computers running over here this morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. I see you guys. I see you. Y'all come on in. This is Car Chronicles. I am working from home today, as you guys can see. My apologies for being slightly late. I was trying to get some stuff together for my show today. Oh, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, mods. I see you guys here. Thank you. I see everybody here in the chat. Let's go ahead and put up my disclaimer while I'm here. Let's go and do that before we get started. Everything said in this video is alleged and in my opinion, and also used for entertainment purposes only, okay? All right. I have a lot to go over with you guys this morning. So much tea. My God, it is Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. We made it to the end of the week. Thank the Lord. Hopefully you guys have made it to work safely or wherever else you had to go this morning. Got your morning coffee and or tea. And you're doing what you got to do, y'all. Be safe out there in them streets, honey. Yes, I see you guys in here. I see you. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. My goodness, there's so much to talk about. All right. First things first, I think everybody already know by now that Tim Norman, honey, Tim Norman has been found guilty. Tim Norman of Welcome to Sweetie Pies, Miss Robbie Montgomery's son, has been found guilty of so many things. My God. He is going to be serving the rest of his life in prison where he needs to be. Thank the Lord. My heart kind of go out for Miss Robbie for losing her son. But at the end of the day, this is a choice that he made. It is said and alleged that Andre sent, before his passing, he sent a text message to Miss Robbie letting her know that Tim was after him. He was afraid. He was pleading for help. He was begging her to help him because he knew that Tim was after him. And they're saying she did nothing. She was upset about this money being missing. I think she felt like deep down that he maybe took this money, that's $200-something thousand that she had hid in her house. He had already taken a lie detector test, which he passed it, as to say that he did not take the money or had anything to do with it. So, of course, y'all know that Tim, unalived Tim, he was found guilty on yesterday. I do have the news coverage that I want to share with you guys of the family coming out. They were very victorious. They were very happy at the verdict. They were celebratory. They were very happy about it. Shout out to KSDK News for this. I'm going to share with you guys because I want you guys to be able to see the family and how they felt coming out of the courtroom after the verdict was read. Okay, they have been going through this for almost 5 years. With this case, Tim has been pushing it back, doing everything he could to continue. He knew this day was coming. And he's still fighting, and he's still saying that he had nothing to do with it, that he knew nothing about the life insurance policies that were filed. He is not apologetic, which says to me that you are where you need to be. You knew you took this boy out. You knew you plotted. There's so much evidence that was piled up against him. He is still standing on the fact that he feels he had nothing to do with this boy being unalived. It's sad that you cannot apologize and say, you know what? I did something wrong. I messed up. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Let me go ahead and share this. This is Andre's family, his mom, his aunts, his sisters and brothers. They're there. Yeah, let's go ahead and share it.
All right, so first question, first name, last name, can you spell it out for us?
Michelle Griggs, MICHELL, GRIGGS.
That's his mom. It's Andre's mom.
Right. Tell us about, first off, reaction to what's happened today. First thoughts.
Oh man. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Yes. Victory. Yes. Victory. Yes. Finally, I can breathe. Yes. 7 years I've been holding my breath. I can breathe. I can breathe. I can breathe. Yeah.
I saw you after your victim statement that you looked at Tim Norman. Tell me why you needed to do that, or what is that feeling when you were up there?
Because if I got to do life, he's going to do life. And I want him to know that I know that he did from the beginning. Andre told us. He told me. He said, Mama, anything happened to me, Uncle Tim did. And he's still getting respect by saying Uncle Tim. So that's what that was. To let him know I see you. I've been seeing you for the longest. So.
Tell us about just were you thinking was going to be a life sentence, or were you worried that potentially it would have been less?
I wasn't worried. I knew God was in control. And I knew that he was going to get what he's supposed to get. And he got exactly what he deserved.
I know it will never bring your son back, but do you feel in a way your son also said about from the beginning, you were the one calling, persisting, hoping to get that justice. Does today feel like you got justice?
Yes. Justice was served. Justice was served. Yes. Our justice for our Andre, he got justice. He's not a statistic. It's a well-known fact that he got his justice.
Anything else you want to add, or anything that you would think Andre would be thinking of this moment?
Thank you, God. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, brother. Thank you, aunties. Thank y'all for trusting and believing in me and seeing it through and not letting him get away. He did not get away. God made sure of that.
Anything else y'all want to add or include?
Family, thank you for all the supporters. Thank you for everybody who's been following the story from A1 day one. We thank y'all. We thank y'all very much. Thank you again.
Any word on the foundation?
It's still in the making. And as soon as I know, I'll be sure to let everyone know for their support. Thank y'all again. I appreciate it.
Any actually last words that you want to say if you've had a chance to talk to Tim? What would you say?
Why? I never get the answer. I can always think and feel, but I'll never know really why, other than what's been presented in court.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I know there's an array of emotions, but I really appreciate the moment, the time. Everybody is freaking
what
out.
What y'all think about that? That's so sad. He looked just like his mama. When I tell y'all them doggone genes in their family is so strong. My God, when I looked at him, when I looked at his mom, I'm like, dog, it's like looking at Andre. He looks just like his mama. It's wow. I'm so glad that family got justice, you guys. It's just, oh my God. And the fact that Tim is still unapologetic and still cannot look this woman in her face and say, you know what? I'm sorry for what I did to your son. Now, Tim has sat his ass in prison long enough for this to swirl around in his head and for some type of forgiveness to be in his heart. That just shows how dark of a person that he is, to still, after all these years, be still sitting on this lie of saying that he did nothing. And then you're still trying to take the family back through this same situation again with this trial in terms of talking about he's fighting. He still want to fight. He still wants to fight, still saying that he did not do it. It's crazy. It's so crazy. It is so crazy. And like I said the other day, Miss Robbie wrote this long letter to the judge, begging and pleading that Tim don't get life and that the judge is lenient on him. He is where he needs to be. I'm sorry. I know that's her son, but you got to think about the fact that this boy, Andre, reached out to you to tell you he was afraid and that if something happened to him, that Tim did it. He called him Uncle Tim. He said, if anything happens to me, Uncle Tim did it. Andre's mom just got done saying that Andre reached out to her and said, Mom, if something happens to me, Uncle Tim did it. This boy felt something in his heart that something was getting ready to happen to him. And the fact that no one protected him, the fact that no one went to the police on Tim to say, hey, this child is afraid and so he feels that something is getting ready to happen to him. We need to maybe put him in some type of, you know what they put him in when they take him away to where nobody can find him. Y'all know what I'm saying. I'm still waking up this morning, y'all. It's just sad. He should have been protected. All for some money that you didn't even get. All these insurance policies that he took out on this boy. He didn't get not one dime. So you did all of that. You went through all of that for nothing to sit in prison for the rest of your life. Where your ass needs to be. I don't feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry at all. I get it, Miss Robbie. You lost a son already, your other son, and now you've lost Tim. It is what it is. He is unapologetic. He has no heart. And his whole, just the fact that he sat there smiling in in his mugshot, like he was taking a school picture. That just, ooh, let me get off him. I cannot stand people that do stuff like that. You take somebody's life and you still sitting on the fact that you didn't do it and you still want to carry on this case. It's crazy, y'all. I'm just like, Lord. She said, Miss Robinson, oh, he is not the person that you guys see. That he's a different person from what y'all see. No, he is the person that we see. For years, 4 years, you plotted to take this boy out. If that's not premeditated, I don't know what it is. 4 years. You planned for 4 years to take somebody's life. It's crazy. He feels like because he didn't pull the trigger that he didn't do it. That he had nothing to do with it. You absolutely did. You orchestrated this entire thing. I thank God that they got the justice that they deserve. All right, let's move on, child, because they're not about to run my pressure up this morning. Thank the Lord for justice. Okay. Let's move on, child, because we got some more to talk about. We talked a little bit about yesterday about Sidora. Okay. She's talking, honey. She is talking in the media, baby. She is saying that her soon-to-be ex-husband, Ralph, was being physically abusive towards her. Okay. Yeah. She says that Ralph was being physically abusive, not just cheating, but he was also physically abusive towards her. All right. I said, listen. Now, the plot just keeps getting thicker and thicker and thicker. At the end of the day, please go ahead and file for divorce from this man. Who wants to put up with being cheated on and you turning around being physically abusive as well? I hope that she stays far away from him. She might want to go and get a restraining order while they're waiting, because he seems to be a very dangerous person. Okay. Yes. So shout out to Drew. Baby, move on with your life and get far, far away from this fool, because he obviously does not see it for you and or love you. That's not love. Love does not hurt. We talked about it before. Love does not hurt. A person who would disrespect you in that way will do anything to you. Okay. You got children, you raising daughters. Do not stay in a situation where someone is putting their hands on you, especially when you are raising daughters, because you're teaching them that type of behavior is okay, and it is not. I'm talking to anybody who's raising children, period. You don't want your children to stand back and watch you be abused and mistreated by a man. Okay, because you're teaching them that is the type of behavior that they are supposed to accept in life, and that's just not it. Okay. Also today, Destiny Payton, I touched on it yesterday, and upon further digging, she will be in the Madison County Courthouse today, baby. She at 9:00, she has a case. From my findings, it's saying that she is going to be in there with her former landlord. It has nothing to do with LeBaric. It has everything to do with her landlord that she did not pay for the Madani building that she was supposed to be renting. So there's monies owed to this landlord who is taking her to court. She has to be in there today at 9:00 a.m. Okay. Not sure why she spent all this money going to get a pow. Why she's so concerned, saying that she's afraid and scared of the bloggers. I haven't been to Huntsville. I don't plan on going there. So I don't know what you're afraid of, to where you feel like you got to be out here spending up all this money, getting a pow and getting licensed to be out here to carry and all this other stuff. I don't understand it, but go off, honey. Okay. This is the docket for her, showing that she is in court today. You guys know I like to show proof whenever I'm talking about something. She is in court today, honey. She is in court. That's the docket for Madison County Courthouse. She is in court. That is the docket. It shows everything that's going on in terms of that. So I don't know, girl. You out here buying a pow. You should have been paying your rent. And that's the problem with Destiny. You don't pay your bills. You have employees who have outed you to talk about how you have not paid them. It's just giving irresponsibility. But you running around telling everybody that you're a businesswoman. Businesswomen don't act that way. Businesswomen handle their business in terms of making sure people are paid, making sure the business is run the way it's supposed to. If you're renting a building, you know you got to pay rent in order to be there. And it's no different than the mentality that she has in terms of where she's living. You're not paying to stay where you're staying. But LeBaric is having to pay mortgage where you're staying and pay where he's staying. Is that fair? Absolutely not. You are an able-bodied woman. If you're going to live there, pay to stay there. You can't refinance the house. Move your ass up out of there. Why people feel so entitled, I don't know. Destiny feels some type of entitlement, and it's crazy. And it's going to always come back to bite you in the butt. You got to watch how you treat people. Okay? We keep talking about it. You have to watch how you treat people because then things come back on you. You hate Melody so much. You talk so much junk about her. Now look at you in court, in and out of court. First you in there because the LeBaric had full custody of your son. You had to go fight to get him back. Okay? Now you're right back in court because you didn't pay your landlord. It's giving too much. You need to handle your business destiny while you are worrying about the bloggers who are not worried about you. You putting too much energy into something that has absolutely nothing to do with anyone else but yourself, ma'am. Okay? She and be doing all these little Bible quotes. I keep telling y'all, everybody's so saved now. 2023. Okay? The Bible says, "Oh, no man." Go read it. I know the Bible. It says, "Oh, no man." That means pay your bills. Pay people that you owe. Be sitting back putting up God quotes and you owe everybody in the city of Huntsville and the surrounding areas. Cut it out, girl. Cut it out. Let me give you the scissors this morning. Cut it. Okay? Cut it and pay your damn bills. Pay your bills, girl. Pay your bills. We talked a little bit about Mia Thornton, honey, from Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm going to hit on this and I'm going to move on past her, honey. The lobster stripper. We talked about her yesterday. The lobster stripper, honey. We said she was stripping for lobsters. Yeah, child. The one that, the ultimate feast. She was stripping for the ultimate feast. We talked about her ass yesterday. Let's talk about her just a little bit before we move on, child. I was like, listen, Mia. It's giving no, girl. She is doing some serious backtracking, and we're gonna talk about that thing this morning. Okay. She too is talking about she out here on a spiritual journey. We're gonna talk about it, child. So she is being sued by Peter Thomas because she put some lies out there saying that Peter slept with Mia. Slept with what's the child name? Damn. Anywho, slept with old girl from Real Housewives of Potomac. I tell you, I'm still waking up. Anyway, so Peter threatened to sue her and serve her with a cease and desist. So Mia is now trying to backtrack and she's apologizing to everybody, including Peter. This is what she had to say. She says, first, "I'm sorry for repeating what I heard without discussing the alleged with the person directly." She says, "I have so much love for my family and friends." She said, "It pains me to know that I caused so much off-camera drama." Does it really? She says, "Brotherhood is bond." She says, "While G needs more time to process, I want to publicly apologize for spreading a rumor." She says, "It's rude and it's not very nice to me." She says, "Second, I want to publicly apologize to my bestie, my sister, and my ace." She says, "I'm sorry I was not able to give you the emotional support you needed while embarking on a new chapter of life." She says, "I'm sorry I was nasty and rude and didn't find more patience." She says, "I know we may never be okay, but no, I want the world for you." Okay. She says, and last but not least, she says, "My G, how did I get so lucky to have a man like you? He bought you lobster, girl. You already said you stripped for lobster. He paid you in lobster." She says, "Thank you for loving me unconditionally, standing by me, and showing me unwavering love." She says, "I'm on a spiritual healing journey. I'm not perfect. I'm deeply wounded. Although I can't deny that God has truly blessed me." She says, "My family and my friends. I may fall short at times, but I'm woman enough to take accountability for my actions. Peace and blessings." Everybody on a spiritual journey after they do so much to people. Mia knows she done spread so many lies out here, child. Now you want to be out here doing these posts on IG, these long posts talking about the Lord. I told y'all the other day, you want to be talking about the Lord after you done did so much and talk so much junk. Now you getting these papers from Peter where he about to sue you and send this cease and desist. Now you want to be on this spiritual journey. Okay, girl. The Lord will be with you in court, Mia. Okay. While you out here stripping for lobster, honey, and doing lap dances for ultimate feast out here, girl. May the Lord be with you in your ultimate feast. And hopefully you get some extra butter with that ultimate feast. Okay, girl. Moving on, child. Ain't no more to see here. Ain't no more to see here, Mia. We're not giving you no more time this morning. There is an update for Shanquella Robinson. I ran across, okay. Had to add that to my show this morning. Shanquella Robinson, her family is calling for a high-level diplomatic intervention over unanswered questions about her death 4 months later. Okay, I'm going to share with you guys what is being said.
The attorney for Shanquella Robinson's family is calling for a high-level diplomatic intervention. She says the Mexican attorney general indicated they've finished their investigation, prepared an extra extradition packet and forwarded it through all the proper channels. She says the next move belongs to the U.S. government.
The call of action at this time is that we have to demand a high level of diplomatic intervention. That's the only thing that's going to move this case.
Attorney Sue Ann Robinson is representing Shanquella Robinson's family and just returned from a fact-finding mission in Mexico. The people traveling with Shanquella on that trip last October claimed she died of alcohol poisoning, but an autopsy listed a broken neck and spinal cord injury as her cause of death. Then a video surfaced of her being attacked by someone on that trip. Her family's attorney says the U.S. government needs to do something.
They're not asking for anything different or unique or special. They're asking for what any U.S. citizen is entitled to, which would be for their government to intervene.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they're saying. It's time for something to be done. It's been 4 months after this girl was taken out of here. Let me read to you what they had to say. They said it's been 4 months since the death of Shanquella Robinson, and her family is still trying to get answers pertaining to the status of the ongoing investigation. They're saying, but according to their lawyer, there's been little to no progress being made, which is why they hope to push the case to the Biden administration or public officials to step in so that the critical action can be made. It says in an interview with Fox News Digital, attorney Sue Ann Robinson revealed how she had recently further questioning on the status of Robinson's case. It says that the lawyer says that she was told their investigation was already complete and that it was now up to the U.S. To extradite the alleged suspects, Daisha Jackson, after an arrest warrant was issued, and she was reportedly charged with femicide back in November. It says that upon returning from Mexico, however, the family attorney said that in order for things to progress, says that the U.S. needs to intervene and extradite Jackson back to Cabo. But from her knowledge, she said that she doesn't believe they've actually made any arrests as of yet. Okay, this says that my understanding is of the treaty is that it would be the responsibility of our law enforcement agencies to have the approval of the State Department in order for us to give clearance for U.S. citizens to be turned over to Mexican authorities. It says that the bigger issue is that something that would take a high-level diplomatic intervention, a very high-level diplomatic intervention, and that hasn't been done yet as far as we know. So they're waiting on the U.S. Mexico is saying that they've already done everything that they need to do in terms of following the process of arresting Daisha Jackson, who was the girl who put hands on Shanquella Robinson and took her life. So they're saying they've done everything that they're supposed to do on their end, that they're waiting on the U.S. to go ahead and arrest her and have her extradited back to Mexico. So U.S., what are we waiting on? What are we waiting on? What are we waiting on, U.S.? They need to get on it. This family has waited for 4 months now and nothing has been done. It's like they're dragging their feet in this case. Had it been somebody else, y'all know what I'm talking about, their asses would have been arrested and extradited back. So what are we waiting on? The family needs some type of justice. Okay, they need justice. Daisha Jackson is still walking around like nothing has ever happened, and you have taken a whole life out here. Yeah, I see y'all putting it in, playing in people's face. Go ahead and arrest this girl. What other evidence do you need? She is on video putting paws on this girl and took her life. Her family has had to watch this video of their loved one being taken out. For what reason other than being jealous of this girl? They had no reason to do what they did. Everybody involved. I'm not just talking about Daisha Jackson. I want everybody, all 6 of them who were involved, need to be extradited back and arrested and serve prison time in Mexico for their part in it. Okay? You were there. You said nothing. You didn't go to authorities and say, hey, this is what happened to her and this is who did it to her. You kept your mouth shut and you stuck with that lie of saying that she had alcohol poisoning when you know there was a whole fight. There's a video showing it and people sitting around with their phones filming it. So everyone that was involved who kept their mouth shut needs to be arrested. I said it before. So U.S., y'all need to step it on up and do what needs to be done and stop sitting on your hands so that this family can have justice. It's time. 4 months is a long time to wait for some type of justice when you know that there's evidence already there. So now Mexico, everybody's blaming on somebody else. Somebody needs to step up. Somebody needs to step up. Give me 1 second, y'all. I got my computers running. I'm so sorry. Let me respond. Ooh. Y'all know I'm live. Okay. Everybody want my time this morning, child. Ooh, let's move on. Ricky Smiley, honey. Let's move on. Justice for Shanquella. Let me say that before I get off her. Justice for Shanquella. We're not going to stop talking about it. Cabo 6, y'all asses did not get away with it. We're not going to stop talking about it until you are brought to justice. Justice for Shanquella. I'm going to still talk about it on my page. Every update that I get, and I told you, I'm not going to talk about it every day because I want concrete evidence. Anything that I share with you guys as it relates to Shanquella Robinson, I'm going to always back it up with facts because we have a lot of people that's reporting stuff that is not legit news. We're not going to be reporting just anything just to be talking about it, just to keep her name out there. We're going to do legit news, and I'm going to back it up with proof over here on this channel. Justice for Shanquella. Y'all know we do receipts over here. I'm not going to just tell y'all something and not show you receipts. Justice for Shanquella. We're going to keep her name in our mouths. Okay? Yes. Her name will stay in our mouths until justice is served. All right? Yes, God. Prayers to the family, because I know they're still dealing with, they've done all types of stuff, y'all. They've done parades, they've done all kind of stuff to keep this girl's name out there. And these people have still not arrested them. It's unreal. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. I have 3 computers going, guys. I'm sorry. I have my work computers and yeah. All right. Ricky Smiley has since spoken out about the cause of death of his son, Brandon Smiley. Y'all know his son just recently passed. It has not even been a month yet. He was very crushed at finding out that his son passed away. I want to share with you guys a video where he sat down and did an interview. I called it in another live that I did where I said I felt like he may have had an overdose. Ricky Smiley touched on that. And I'm going to play it for you guys because a lot of people saying, Cameron, don't say that. You don't know that be facts. His own daddy just said it in an interview. Okay. I had already done some digging up and looking at stuff as it relates to his son before I even said it. So it's not like I just went out here and just threw something out there. It was something that I had already read and done my homework on. So whenever I said it, it wasn't me trying to like speculate. It was something that I kind of felt in my heart that is what it was. And Ricky Smiley kind of confirmed it in this video. And I'm going to share it with you guys. So you're not just thinking I'm just saying some shit. Because y'all know I don't like doing that here. Okay. So let's go ahead and
His girlfriend called. She said, text Brandon at this number or call him. So I called. Nobody answered. I called her back. I said, everything okay? She was crying. And she said that, in her words, she said that he had OD'd. And so I called and that was around 10. There was a 12 o'clock flight leaving Dallas. So I just kind of grabbed my backpack and jumped on a plane and flew to Birmingham. And I got a phone call on my way out the door from Brandon's younger sister that lives in Atlanta, Taylor, that he had passed. His girlfriend called. She said, text Brandon at this number or call. I called. Nobody answered. I called her back. I said, everything okay? She was crying. And she said that, in her words, she said that he had OD'd. And so I called and that was around 10. There was a 12 o'clock flight leaving Dallas. So I just kind of...
Okay, we heard that. Let's move on to the next one.
A history of drug use that you knew about? Yeah, he was struggling with that. We had his mother and I made several attempts to try to send him to get the help that he needed, send him to rehab. And we thought that he was doing better. He had just joined the church. He had just got baptized again, probably a month before he passed away. And had there been a history of drug use that you knew about? Yeah, he was struggling with that. He went in, he used, and it killed him. But we haven't got a toxicology report yet. So this is just what we're speculating according to his girlfriend who found him unresponsive.
And the cause of death, we should point out, is pending because of some additional lab studies that are needed. But you mentioned that he has had a history, and you're here this morning to talk to other parents as well who
he went in, he used, and it killed him. But we haven't got a toxicology report yet. So this is just what we're speculating according to his girlfriend who found him unresponsive.
And the cause of death, we should point out, is pending because of some additional lab studies that are needed. But you mentioned that he has had a history, and you're here this morning to talk to other parents as well who,
Y'all heard it from him. I said it in one of my videos because I had already done my homework and looked up some stuff, and I was just like, I feel like that might have been what it was. And his friend had most recently passed from the same thing. He OD'd as well. So family, women, parents, please talk to your children. Please intervene. Please pray over your children. There's a drug out there called fentanyl. I don't know if that's what he used, but it's taking people out. Okay, we're seeing this more and more and more of people who are passing away of overdose. It's too much. Bobby Brown's son passed of an overdose as well. Okay. And y'all know he's had death after death after death in his family. He lost Whitney. He turned around and lost Bobby Christina. I think he lost his dad or his mom or something. It was like back to back to back to back. Then to find out that his son had passed away in his apartment through OD. Now Ricky's son has passed away. Same thing. We got to talk to our kids. You got to be in your kids' business. Okay, this mess of, that's his life. No. You're a parent for a reason. Get in your kids' business. Stay in their face. Check around in their room. They live in your house. That's your house. I don't want to hear that mess about that's their room. Hell no. I'm going to be all in my child business. I'm going to be all in your business. I'm your parent. It's my business to know what you're doing. If there's a problem, it's my business to know that so that I can pray over you and find out what the necessary help that I need to get you. Okay, he was trying to get his life together, but he had something going on as to where he was using. Ricky just said it. And it took his life. And Ricky's very sad about that because he was trying to get his son on the right path. He had started going to church. He said it in the video. He had started going to church. He had just recently gotten baptized. So he was trying to turn his life around and go in a different direction. But it was something that was still had a hold on him that it's sad. It's sad. I said it in my video, and I didn't want that to be the fact, or be the case rather, but you can tell he's very still sad about it. He's still trying to hold himself together in the video. But rest in peace to Brandon Smiley. Gone too soon. He was very young. He was in his early 30s, and he has a child that he left behind, okay, due to an overdose. So prayers to Ricky that he continues to heal and get through this because it's not easy. It's not easy. Parents are not supposed to bury their children. They're just not supposed to bury their children. You're supposed to bury your parents. So prayers to him that he continues to be uplifted and that he gets through this situation and that God continues to heal his heart throughout this situation. Lord have mercy. Let's move on, child. Lord, because I'm a parent. I know how I would feel if something like that happened to my family or my child. Okay. Candace Dillard Bassett. Let's talk about her, honey. Candace Dillard Bassett. Y'all know her from Real Housewives of Potomac. She is being sued by Michael Darby, which is Ashley's husband, for $2 million for defamation of character, saying that he paid men for sex. Okay. Y'all know Candace very, very vocal. I started out not liking Candace. When she first came on the show, I did not like Candace. I did not like her. She was a shit starter, and then she would play victim. She would start that crying mess after she done talked all that mess and would start stuff. I did not like her because her mouth was always so damn reckless. But I do like the fact that she does take up for herself, but sometimes I feel like you cannot play victim whenever you start stuff. Like, at some point, learn how to shut your mouth, and maybe this $2 million lawsuit will make her do just that. Okay? All right. So it says that Real Housewives of Potomac star Michael Darby is suing castmate Candace Dillard Bassett for claiming that he pays men for sex. Now, Ashley Darby, who is his soon-to-be ex-wife, well, I think they're already divorced now. She has already said that the reason why she and Michael did not make it in their marriage was because she was tired of doing threesomes. She wanted to have an exclusive marriage, and he did not. He did not. She was tired of other people being in her bedroom. She was saying that they would go out to the clubs and he would handpick, like pick out, I want her to bring this person home. She was tired of that. She just wanted to have a husband to herself. So that is why she chose to walk away from that marriage, even though he was taking care of her. And I think the fact that he had this money this money, financial security that he was holding over her head. I think it made it hard for her to leave after all those years. As you know, she had 2 children by him in order to secure the bag. Y'all know what it is. Michael is old as hell. Michael Darby is old as hell. Let me show y'all a picture of him. This is him. Y'all remember him. That is Candace from Real Housewives of Potomac. Michael Darby. That is him. Michael is 376 years old. Y'all know that. He is old as hell. What the hell are you doing with Ashley Darby, who was barely 28, 30 years old? He is well into his 70s, 80s. He old. Old as hell. But and still out here thoughting and bopping, child. Still out here thoughting and bopping. But let me read to you what was said. It says Michael Darby of Real Housewives of Potomac is suing castmate Candace Dillard for defamation after she claimed he offered money to have sex with another man. Another man. Okay. Says that TMZ obtained court documents that show Ashley Darby's soon-to-be ex-husband is suing Candace for comments she made on the show's most recent season. Okay. It says that during the episode in question, Candace told Ashley, says your husband likes to leave you and go to a man named, in which they censored the name, house and suck his, you already know, says while also suggesting that her husband pays for sex. Okay. Says that according to Michael, says Candace has not retracted any of her claims despite sending her a cease and desist earlier this year. So he already sent that cease and desist to her ass and she's still popping. Says that he is demanding $2 million in damages. All right. Yeah. Now, if you guys watch the show and follow the show, I watch it. I've been watching Real Housewives of Potomac since it first came on. Michael Darby has been caught in several unexpected situations on the show. He has made it very known that he likes to delve in threesomes. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you like to do, do what you do. That's not my thing. I don't want nobody else in my bedroom, but if that's what you like, baby, I love it. If that's what you like. Now he, as y'all know, he got caught touching a producer on the butt. And that's not alleged. I'll say it to be cute, but that's already been told on the show. It was caught on camera. Okay. I think they were doing some type of party at Monique Samuel's house. And he reached over and grabbed one of the producers' butt. He thought it was funny. And it was a male producer at that. And they were very upset by that. And they were telling him, hey, don't put your hands on me. They felt very disrespected. And I think they were going to press some type of charges against him for doing that. All right. He's made very questionable statements as it relates to Juan Dixon, who is married to Robin Dixon. Okay. The roommate husband. That's what I call his ass. Juan Dixon is Robin Dixon's roommate husband. Y'all know they just together in terms of being roommates. Okay. He's made very questionable comments as it relates to him. He tried to laugh it off like, oh, that's, like that's my boyfriend. Juan is fine. Like little stuff like that. So you make people kind of side at you a little bit when you start talking and acting like that. Michael Darby. Okay. You don't want people talking about you and insinuating things. Don't put yourself in certain situations to where people start believing stuff like that. You already know Candace is going to take that and run with it when you do stuff like that. So she's holding on to the fact that, hey, you done been touching butts. You done been talking about Juan Dixon and how fine he is. Now she turn around and say, now granted, she shouldn't have said what she said in terms of saying that he is out here messing around with men and or sucking on cucumbers. I'm going to say cucumbers. If you don't know that to be facts. People will sue that ass. I'm just saying. $2 million